This is everything you guys need to know before traveling to this amazing country of Armenia. Now, why you should listen to me, you may be asking. Well, I've been living here for more than 3 months now, so I can give you guys some expert and pro tips that you guys do not want to miss. So the very first thing you guys need to know about Armenia is that cash is still king. This is a 1,000 drams note. Here is a 5,000 drams note. And let me show you guys some coins. For example, this is a 100 drams coin. And here is a 200 drams coin. Obviously, there are more coins and notes available, but I've just come to find that these 4 right here are the most widely used. So be prepared when you come to Armenia to carry cash with you. Now, you may be asking, does card work here as well? The answer is, of course, yes. But some places like local markets and marshukas and transport do not accept card. So that's why I'm giving you guys this advice to always carry cash with you just in case. Now, card does work in restaurants and supermarkets as well. The second thing you guys need to know before coming to this amazing country is the fact that since it's a very ancient country, it has many old cities and villages. Now, because of this, they have a very well developed water infrastructure. That's why on many of the streets walking around, you'll be able to spot water fountains. Now, these are called pulpulaks in Armenian, and they are safe to drink. And come to think of it, I don't think I've ever seen them run out of water before. So make sure to not throw away your bottles as soon as you finish them so that you can stay hydrated. The third thing you guys need to know about before coming to Armenia is that don't be surprised that everyone does not speak English. What I've come to find is that your younger generations in major cities like Gyumri and Yerevan speak perfect English. But don't be afraid, because regardless of the situation, Armenians are always willing to help you. Now, the languages of Russian and Armenian are widely spoken throughout the country. So if you know Russian, this will be a huge help. But don't fret, because I'll give you guys a very quick crash course for those 2 languages. So stay tuned. Starting with the Russian, Здравствуйте, meaning hello. Как ваши дела? Как ваши дела? How are you? To that you can reply, Я хорошо, Пожалуйста, please, and Spasiba, thank you. So here on this side, you guys can see the Armenian phrases, starting off with Barev dies, which means hello. And of course, afterwards, you guys can ask, how are you? Now, how are you is Vons S. But if you want to be a bit more informal, you guys can say Inchkachka. And to that, you can reply with Yes, love am. Yes, I love good. I am good. Yes, love am. The next word is please. The word for please is hundrem. And finally, for thank you, there are 2 words that Armenians use. One is the French loan word of thank you, which is very simple, merci. Or if you want to be a bit more fancy and surprise and amaze the locals here, you guys can learn to say Shukno hakalushan. The fourth thing you guys need to know about Armenia and its people is that they have a great sense of pride and a very long spiritual history. This country was the very first country in the world to adopt Christianity as a state religion. And I just wanted to show you guys this almost souvenir that I recently received from a very lovely Armenian lady down south in a the church somewhere. There was a tragic event that happened here on this land that happened in 1915 that you need to be aware about, and that is the Armenian genocide. So be aware of these things before coming here and have a great time. The fifth thing you guys need to know before coming to Armenia is about public transport and transport in general. Now, around Armenia and in Yerevan, there are namely the Soviet metro, which is an amazing experience in itself, taking the marshrutka, normal buses, trolleybuses, if you don't know, are basically buses that are connected by cable and wires, and taxis. Now, compared to other countries, taxis here aren't actually super expensive. And if you're wanting to do day trips or multi-day trips away from the city of Yerevan, there are intercity buses. Now, these buses are basically minivans and they look like marshrukas. To use public transport within the city of Yerevan, it will cost you for a single journey 150 drams. Now, to use public transport, you need to go and obtain yourself one of these tickets with a QR code. Now, what you do with this is when you board your public transport vehicle, there will be an orange machine that you need to go scan and validate this ticket. Now, how do you get this ticket, you may ask? Well, dotted all around the city are these orange machines. They're pretty hard to miss because they're bright orange. And you need to go insert coins. On the streets, they only accept coins for 150 drams. But the ones in the metros accept card. So my pro tip will be when you are in a metro station and you know you need to take buses or marshrukas or trolleybuses and you don't have enough coins with you, make sure to pay with card, multiple tickets, so to be sure. Now I have a map here to show you guys of Armenia, and here is Yerevan, as you can see. Now anywhere apart from this grey area is not part of the city of Yerevan and is required to take an intercity bus or marshruka away from the city of Yerevan. Basically anything within this area is 150 drams for one single way. Okay, pro tip right here, make sure you listen. Google Maps does not work in this country. Before you land here, make sure you download the app Yandex Maps. Do not use Google Maps, it will not give you any correct information, and in fact, routes and paths and directions will just not work on Google Maps. So download Yandex Maps. And what's good about Yandex Maps is that it's also detailed. It gives you water fountains, it says what everything is, and also even gives you a live map location of public transport in major cities. So make sure you download Yandex Maps. Do not use Google Maps. I see many people and foreigners come here and just don't know where to go. Download Yandex Maps. The sixth thing I want to touch upon and answer is a question that I see a lot of times on the internet and for good reasoning. And that is, how safe is Armenia and how safe is Yerevan? Now, I've got to say this. I have never felt more safer within the city of Yerevan and traveling around Armenia as a whole. I've never felt more safer. Obviously, I will advise you not to exempt loads and loads of wealth, and please use your common sense, but in general, just traveling around and having a good time, I've never felt more safer. So hopefully that clears up a lot of your inquiries about how safe it is, and etc, etc. For the seventh point, of course, I need to talk about Armenian food and Armenian cuisine. Now, Armenian cuisine is very delicious and very filling, and a lot of the times meat heavy. I would recommend you guys to come here to try horovat, shashlik, soups like spas, jengolov hat, gata for dessert, and my favorite bread nowadays, lavash. And of course, don't forget to visit Gum to get yourself some sucto frutti, some dried fruit. This is a dried apricot. Bon appetit! Thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video, and for that reason I'm going to give you, yes you, one more pro tip, and that is which service provider I use. I use Ucom. Now Ucom has been very reliable for me. Traveling to many different parts of this country, only a couple handful of times internet did not work, so I recommend joining Ucom. So all in all, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, subscribe and share, and make sure to have a great time in Armenia. Thank you for watching. Till next time guys, peace.